Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second my next Smackdown review for rayjay's World. Um, the show started out basically having answers from last week with uh, um, with uh, Jeff Hardy getting arrested and stuff. And basically, what happened is basically Sheamus went off and decked decked um, uh, Jeff Hardy, and basically dumped like alcohol on him and made it look like he was intoxicated to basically say to basically have him be out of the race for the Intercontinental Championship. So that's what went down with that, and basically Sheamus and Jeff Hardy had a little tiff with it at the beginning of the show, and that's pretty much all that went down with that. And then apparently there's this thing going on with Miz and Morrison, where they were trying to rib Braun Strowman, or being practical jokers on Braun Strowman, which I don't get what that has to do with anything. We may find out when Backlash happens, but I'll just say this. At the beginning of that, I thought that it was the hacker showing up on Smackdown trying to figure out what's going on, but it turned out to be Miz and Morrison trying to pull pranks on Braun Strowman. And basically, the first thing they do is they trick his shake to explode. Then they try to dump slime on Braun, only to have the slime end up on Kayla Braxton, where she got really PO'd. And then they had went out, took some baseball bats and hammers to Braun Strowman's classic automobile and beat the living tar out of it. By the end of the night, basically Braun Strowman found out who they were, went out and did his usual thing where he dumps over vehicles. So basically we finally get a vehicle dump on SmackDown with this whole thing. Braun Strowman, the whole reason they brought Braun Strowman over is the whole thing with Braun Strowman is he's super strong and he can lift up vehicles. I mean, it's basically his thing, and basically that worked out really well for SmackDown, where they actually did that. So that was a good move on their part, in my opinion. Now, here's what happened the rest of the night. One, they had a fight between Lacey Evans and what's her name? Mandy's old ex-tag team partner, Sonya Deville. And basically, I think if I remember correctly, Lacey Evans beat Sonya, pinned her and stuff, and that she won that battle, or I don't remember, but no, Mandy Rose showed up on the Titantron and basically surprised Sonya Deville, which distracted her, in which case Lacey Evans won that one. Okay. So then they had this segment for Otis and Mandy where, well, no, they ended up having Shorty G get attacked by I forget his name, but he teamed up with Cesaro and the other guy. I hate when I forget names, but they ended up beating him up, and New Day came to help him out, and then they had a 3-way fight between the three of them. Basically, Shorty G and the New Day won that one. There was also the match between, I'm trying to remember all the matches they had. There was also the match between Otis with Mandy against King Corbin. And basically what happened was King Corbin showed up and Otis showed up, saw King Corbin's crown, stole King Corbin's crown, and then of course it turns out that the Otis won the bout, and but Corbin somehow got his crown back. I don't remember. Well, now to the main event. This one was for the women's tag team championships. Okay. Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss were basically telling Sasha Banks and Bailey, you know, and basically saying, "Oh, we're gonna win this. You're gonna lose this," and Bailey and Sasha were like going nuts and whatever. Well, they go and they have this match, and basically Bailey beats the living crap out of Nikki Cross to have Sasha turn around and pin Alexa Bliss, which it was a trick pin, which they rolled to one point and then rolled to another point, and basically Sasha won the pin. So it was pretty much a win. It wasn't really a clean win. I wouldn't say it was a clean win, but Bailey and Sasha basically jumped around and hooped and hollered, and basically for some reason they keep on making hints like Sasha and Bailey are going to break up. They're going to fight each other. They're going to break up. They're going to break up. And it just turns out to not be that way. So they go off and do this whole thing and have them win the titles off Bliss and Cross, which I'm like, okay, you guys have had the tag team titles on the Iconics. That went nowhere. There was no, like, it was like behind, like, who cares? They're tag team, whatever. And then Asuka and whatever her name is won it again, and it was the same thing. And now it went to Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss won them twice, and now it's Bayley and Sasha winning twice. This time, though, the win is heel Bayley, which, and heel Sasha. I don't know what they're trying to do with it. I can understand somewhat. I don't know. Pretty much with the tag team championships at this point, the females tag team the ladies tag team championships at this point, I don't even know what the heck is going on with them, because they'll just have them fight on different brands for the tag team title ships, but it's like there's just points where what is a tag team title? They're like vapor titles, in my opinion. You've heard of vaporware, which is software that's not there, but it's software. These are vapor titles. They're titles on someone, but they're never shown, or they're just forgotten about for about several months. And I understand that they wanted to do that as their main event on Smackdown, which is good. But the whole thing was, at the beginning, the whole idea of the women's revolution was they are no longer the break matches. They were no longer the matches, oh, I don't want to see this, I'll just turn the channel and turn it back when another match is on. They were trying to change that. And now the women's tag team titles are nothing. And I do mean that. Nothing. Where is a tag team title? Why even have women's tag team titles if you're not going to parade them around that much? It's just like the tag team titles for the men. Like Raw and SmackDown tag team titles, sometimes it's like they're vapor titles. Like, oh, they're so-and-so has the titles, but we don't know what's going on with them. So, anyways, speaking of that, first of all, I've got to mention some things about this episode that I noticed. One, they have not introduced. They said that Matt Riddle is coming on SmackDown. They announced it last week. This week, it's basically a vignette. So Matt Riddle has not shown up at all yet. So they're trying to hold it back. I don't know how long they're going to hold it back to, but they're deciding to just do him as vignettes for a while. Okay. The other thing is the Forgotten Sons have disappeared. Basically, they're nowhere to be seen. It's like, well, we had them on. We brought them to SmackDown, and oh well, we're here, and then bye bye. And I'm wondering if it's after that whole Jackson Ryker hullabaloo. I don't know, but surprisingly, Jackson Ryker's not going to get fired for that, for what he said on social media about Trump, because Vince and Trump are like buddy, so it's not going to happen. So, anyways, that's my review of SmackDown. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyways, if you're listening on the podcast, I'm going direct. Will be right back with my Raw review. But if you're watching on YouTube, that's it. And just remember one thing: it's my world, but we all live in it.